He's got an itch. Taking care of his itch there. Wow. Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. I am Donnie, and this is my wife Aubrey, and we are two Americans currently living in Germany, and we're sharing all of our experiences here in Germany as well as our travels here on our channel.
So things in Germany are finally starting to open back up since the coronavirus. So our borders are still closed, we can't travel very far, but hotels and restaurants have started opening back up. So we are currently on our first road trip since all of this has been going on. And this weekend is a holiday weekend, so we've noticed a lot of Germans are starting to come out and travel a little bit more.
So we have road trip down to Berchtesgaden, right on the border with Austria, deep in South Germany. And down here there's a lot of really cool nature things to do. There's a really neat lake that we're really close by, Königssee, and then also there's Eagle's Nest, which was Hitler's kind of retreat down here in the mountains.
Yeah, we're not sure if that one is open.
It just doesn't seem like a lot of things have quite opened up yet, but there still are a lot of things to go check out and see. Really the biggest thing that we want to see down here is the nature and the Alps, because we haven't seen the Alps on the German side yet.
Yeah, so lots of hiking in store for this weekend.
So let's go check out this amazing place and see kind of what travel is like again post COVID-19.
So one of the things that is open right now is this boat ride that you can take all around the lake, and it stops at different points. And something that's really interesting is this whole town is very touristy, and you can tell that because the signs are all translated into multiple different languages. But on this boat tour, the guide is only speaking in German.
Im Sommer sehr beliebt bei den Paraglider zum Beispiel, bei den Wanderer. Und im Winter ist es ein mittelgroßes Skigebiet. Klein, aber doch sehr anspruchsvoll. Ja, da haben wir jetzt
We're assuming it's because people can't really travel right now. We can only travel within Germany, so of course they're just speaking German. So Donnie's catching most of it, catching a few words here and there, but beautiful scenery all around.
So one of the very first stops that we made is at St. Bartholomew, I think you're calling it, but there's like a fishery here, and they take fish from the lake and then they make it here, they smoke it, and you can get that food here, and that's kind of like what this area I guess is special for out here to eat. But the lake is crystal clear too everywhere, really beautiful. The boats that you're riding on are these electric boats, and so there's not, I guess, like a lot of pollution going on in the lake and making the water unclear, but really beautiful. And then the other cool thing that we're here, or the other thing that is right here also, is the second tallest mountain in all of Germany. And so we can see kind of right now, but it's covered up by some big clouds. But it's really neat just taking in all of the cliff faces and all the steep sides along the lake. And at one point our boat did stop too, and they had the captain get out and play the trumpet, and you could just hear the echoes and the reverberations off the walls across the lake. He wasn't necessarily like a particularly good trumpeter, but it was still cool just having that kind of like experience setting there, just seeing just the sheer size of the cliffs, and also the trumpet sounds just reverberating across those like rock faces. So we got back on the boat at the first stop that we were at, and we took the boat to the farthest back point of the Königssee, to Salé, I think it's the way you pronounce it. I know we're gonna be butchering all the names out here, but it then leads to a hike. Well, a lot of hikes back here, but one of them takes you up to Obersee, which is this beautiful lake and a beautiful hike. Really cool nature out here, and like the landscape's really neat with like the rocks all around. Almost reminds me of like Scotland or something. But you come to Overzee, and on the far side of it is a little fish hut. It's fish something. I have a really hard time pronouncing that word too, so I'll put that up on the screen so that it can kind of help me with that. But you come here, there's a beautiful lake, or a beautiful lookout point over the lake, and you can get all kinds of drinks here. But one thing that they also have is kind of special is fresh milk. And there's lots of cows all around here, so I'm sure the milk is coming straight from those cows in this Alpine area, where it's something that Aubrey and I had in Switzerland, which is the Alpine Milk, which is really, really good. But you can see from this like little hut where you can get the milk and the drinks and everything and have a great little break. There's an amazing waterfall up on top of the mountains here. So that's where we're hiking up to. It took us about an hour to hike from Salé around to this fish hut. And then from here up to the waterfall is gonna be about a 30-minute hike, but it's incredible scenery all the way around here.
What are you doing,
He's just got an itch.
so funny.
Taking care of his itch there. Wow.
That's a pretty bad itch.
Yeah. And then right here, we got another itchy guy. Okay, bye.
This reminds us a lot of Switzerland because there's no fences and the cows are just roaming these pastures in the mountains, and they have their cowbells on them, so you hear the beautiful sound of bells all around.
Thank you. Excuse us. Excuse us. Sorry.
We just hiked up to Germany's tallest waterfall, beautiful waterfall. Going up, it wasn't so bad, but then coming back down, very steep and slick. So be careful if you try to hike up to that. Okay, we definitely didn't hike up to the top of the waterfall. We just hiked up a little ways, but it starts getting steep pretty quickly. But in this little valley, there are, I think, 3 different waterfalls that we've seen, just kind of all around. So really pretty scenery everywhere you look.
So we just got back to the end of Königssee, and we just went to a tourist information office, which is right behind me, to see what is actually open so that we can do the rest of the time that we're here. And basically everything is open except for the salt mines and the Eagle's Nest, which the Eagle's Nest also is right over my shoulder on top of the hill. You can see it, but we can't go up to it, and it's actually closed for the rest of the season, so I guess for the rest of the year. And that's something that's on the top of one of my Germany bucket list to go see, so we'll have to make another trip back down here to check that out. But the boat and everything was spectacular. Really, really cool. Today was the first day that they actually were able to open back up, but it was really fun to go check that out. One thing that we didn't get to do in New Zealand that we wanted to see was the, now I'm forgetting the names, but there's like the fjords trip down in New Zealand. They do kind of a boat trip. Well, we made it to Milford Sound this morning, and it was a terrifying drive. It was pitch black, and it is pouring torrential downpour rain, if you can't tell.
Okay, so we waited around for 2 hours, took a nap in our car, but then came back, and this next tour is canceled too because of the weather. And we were hoping it would be getting better, but if anything, the weather looks worse than it did this morning.
And this seems kind of like what it would have been whenever we got down there, just real cool cliff faces and nature and everything from the boats that you can see. So highly recommend checking that out if you can. It's a great time to come right now because it's only tourists, I mean German tourists, not like tons of other tourists, so it's pretty wide open. So it's kind of cool. Definitely a cool time that we get to come down here. Anyways, this day's kind of over. We're gonna go and relax for a little bit on the inside, regroup, figure out what we're gonna do tomorrow, and then probably just get some dinner tonight and call it a day. What do you see?
And so we thought there probably are a lot around here, but we just saw our first.
Oh, I see it. What the?
And we captured him.
And this weekend is a. Did you want to say
Well,
that?
I forgot that.
Okay,
but yeah.
go for
Okay.
it.
We just start there.
Yeah.
Okay. And this weekend is, so a lot of Germans are starting to kind of creep out. That sounds creepy.
Come out of their hole, their caves.
And we're assuming it is because of the virus, and so that we're assuming it's because people can't really travel right now.